Hey guys, welcome back to the Project B-Ball channel. My name is Jay Minungi, and today I have August 31 and September 1st games to talk about. This is the review series. You guys know the deal by now. Since there's no longer the receding games and second round playoffs for a couple of these series, I'm gonna just be there's only like 4 games that I need to talk about, but I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth than I usually do. Right. So the first game is Heat Bucks 115 Heat to 104 Bucks. This is the problem with the Bucks. They literally have zero clutch time scoring ability. Chris Middleton is a good player, but I don't trust him when to create a shot for himself and at the end of the game to win a game. I don't trust him to do that. Giannis, he obviously can't do that because he didn't do it yesterday. He literally did not touch the ball much. And also, I don't understand why the so-called defensive player of the year is not guarding Jimmy Butler. That's just my rant. Like, these Bucks are a little bit overrated. I don't see them beating the Heat, but I do see the series going to 6. I see, like, the Heat are going to win the series, in my opinion. Just, yeah, they both have good coaches and all that type of stuff, right? But, like, the Bucks roster is just so much of a regular season blowout team. Like, they'll just blow out everyone. But when it's the playoffs, the game is slower. You can't, like, come back. You can't, like, build indestructible leads and all this type of stuff. It's just hard when your team is so built, like, not playoff style. It's more built for regular season dominance, which is what's happening. But there's adjustments these guys can make. Things you should look out for is if your defensive player of the year should be guarding Jimmy Butler. He should not. There's no way he should be dropping 40 points on you guys. And then run plays. Maybe, like, your final possession doesn't have to be an ISO, right? Like, those are for the superstars. But you can, like, the coach of the Bucks, Mike Budenholzer, is one of the greatest coaches, one of the best coaches right now in the league. I'm not gonna say greatest coaches ever, right? Because he's not. He's a smart coach. He's like a top 5 coach in the league right now. But he can set up plays and do different sets and different types of things during these last 5 minutes type of situation where the players can do stuff. So so the players can, so like they can score without the offense being a drag. Like, you guys understand what I mean, right? Like, the way their offense was going was fast, but like the Heat are playing defense to make their game thrown off. They're out of rhythm, the Bucks. So, like, all these types of factors are leading to, like, me saying the Bucks are not going to win, but it's only one game so far. We don't know how this is going to go. Remember last year, the Celtics, right? Was it last year or the year before? Something like that, right? The Celtics beat the Bucks in game 1, and then after that, the Bucks put 4 of them, right? So, like, there's stuff that can be changed here. There is game plan stuff that can be happening. You just need to adjust and make sure you're playing to what you've been playing the whole season. If you're trying to change up how you're playing now, it's not going to work. That's what makes these playoff teams good. And Jimmy Butler is showing why he's a top 10 player in the NBA. That's enough about the Heat Bucks series. That's a lot of time I spent on it. Next is Rockets Thunder. Rockets 100 to Thunder 104. Very controversial game. Harden did not touch the ball did not score a single point after like 4 minutes and 40 seconds. I don't think Westbrook did score, but like he was terrible in the clutch. He airballed a mid-range. Harden had a nice save after that, but like that went nowhere. And then also he turnover last. There's this stat I saw on Instagram recently where they looked at Harden's and Westbrook's shooting field goal attempts during the clutch situations of playoff games, which is the last 5 minutes of post playoff games, and their field goal was like 5 out of 40. These guys, this series, game 7, the only way it goes to the Rockets is if the Rockets are blowing them out and they're hitting 33s or 23s, whatever they hit, right? But if the game is close, I see the Thunder winning it, because that's what they did all season. They're the clutchest team in the league for a reason. Yes, I just don't see the execution from Harden or Westbrook happening in the clutch. That's the only way. Like, the only way the Rockets win is they're on extreme fire and like everyone's hitting like 5 threes and like it's a blowout. Because the Thunder don't have that type of firepower, because I'm pretty sure they're like the worst shooting team in the bubble right now. They don't have the same 3-point output like the Rockets, and they can't match them. So as long as the Thunder play good defense and keep the game close, and with their depth lineup of the 3-point guards, Gallo and Steven Adams, they should be fine, because I trust them way more than I trust any player on the Rockets in the clutch. That's enough for the August 31st. Now September 1st, which was today. We had Celtics Raptors 102 Celtics and 99 Raptors. Looks like the Celtics have the Raptors number. Apparently the only losses the Raptors have faced in the bubble is against the Celtics. I don't know why that is, but I think the Celtics is just as overwhelming. Like Brad Stevens is showing like why he's one of the best coaches in the league right now. The defense of the Celtics might have been a little underrated coming into the playoffs. Now they're showing like they can stop these offensively juggernaut teams like these Raptors who can score at will. Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart have been doing numbers to Pascal Siakam. He hasn't showed up yet, which is the problem. This series is 2-0 because Siakam is not acting like the best player on the field. Jason Tatum is. So that's where the series is going to go, right? Whoever has the best player on the court is usually going to win that series. So Pascal Siakam, you need to show up and act like you're the best player on the court, and then your team will have a chance. At least this game was closer, but it was Marcus Smart hitting 5 threes in the fourth quarter. He's getting better at shooting threes, Marcus Smart. I think that's a little unlucky on the Raptors side, but you could have, I saw the threes he was hitting, there was nothing you can do. They were good defense. He just showed up for the moment, but you guys need to show up. Like Fred VanVleet, Pascal, you guys shot 20 shots and hit 8 of them. Kyle Lowry played well, I think, but he needs to play a little bit better. He needs to act like a leader. I think I had a problem with the Raptors last year when they're not using Marc Gasol as much as they use Serge Ibaka, right? At this point, Serge Ibaka has played better than Marc Gasol, but because of Marc Gasol is he's not playing like his Memphis self. He doesn't have the same touches and stuff like that. I get he's old, but in these type of situations, giving into Marc Gasol in the post is not a bad idea. Who in the Celtics can guard Marc Gasol in the post? No one, right? So it's not that bad of an idea. You need to adjust the game plan and try to kill the weaknesses. The Celtics' weaknesses, rebounding and interior strength. That's something you guys are extremely good at because you have Pascal, Serge Ibaka, and Marc Gasol, but you guys are sticking to a perimeter game with Fred VanVleet, Pascal, you guys taking all these threes and playing to what the Celtics want you to. I think they need to adjust. I still see this series going to 6 or 7. I don't think it's going to be a 4 or 5 game series. It's just not going to happen. You guys are the defending champions for a reason. They don't have Kawhi, but they still have the foundation of their team, and players have improved. Next, the game that just happened as I was recording this, Jazz Nuggets, 78 Jazz, 80 Nuggets. The Utah Jazz choked a 3-1 lead. This is sad. I feel for the Jazz. I'll say this. Mitchell, you did choke on the last possession. If you guys don't know, he turned over the ball. Good defense from the Nuggets. I was completely surprised on the defensive turnover by the Nuggets. Their defense was incredible in the last few games. They were just incredible on defense. Nikola Jokic was the one who showed up today. Jamal Murray didn't play that crazy well in the first. He played well in the first quarter, then the next 2 he didn't play that great. But in the fourth quarter, he had some timely buckets to make sure the game is close. And Jokic was one of the main reasons they won. When I was watching the game, I was in my head, this is gonna prove who's the best player on the court at this point, right? And Jokic proved why he is a top 10 player and why he's a superstar in this league. He shows up for the moments. Jokic is the one who made the game was tied 78-78. Jokic is the one who hit the post hook to make it 80-78, and then the Jazz choked. Incredible defense by the Nuggets. The next series is going to be definitely interesting. Nuggets Clippers, and then also Rockets Thunder. I'll talk about it now. I don't really care who the Lakers face. You guys know I'm a Lakers fan. I'd rather the Thunder because they don't have the offensive output as the Rockets, so it will be a little bit easier on our end. And if we blow them out, they're not really gonna come back that much. And then LeBron can still get some more rest. LeBron has played his least minutes in his playoff career so far. Just when you're playing the 8th seed, you're not gonna play that much. Other than that, guys, that's just my opinion on these games individually. my next episode will come in like a week or so. I'll talk about the series in more in depth, like I did like my previous 2 episodes. This one I just want to talk about these games because some of these games were crucial. They had great moments that we need to talk about, and then like coaching problems in here and things I needed to talk about. I didn't watch all these games through, but I did watch like important moments, like the Jazz Nuggets. I watched the whole 4th quarter. Celtics Raptors. I watched the full 4th quarter. I watched the Heat Bucks 4th quarter, and I believe I watched a Thunder Rockets second half. I watched like bits and bits of these games. They're all fun. Playoff games are always intense, and it sucks. Like Donovan Mitchell was so sad that he lost. Like, yeah, come back next year and prove yourself to the league. Like how Jamal Murray said, like how he performed last year in the playoffs, especially in Game 7. He wanted to make sure this year in the playoffs he was not disappointing anymore, and that's making him a top 15 player in the league right now. So the playoffs is definitely interesting. This is not going. All these things are going to like how I thought they would go to. I said Nuggets in 7, but I didn't realize the Jazz would choke a 3-1 lead. So that's interesting. Other than that, guys, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.